Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my great trade geniuses out there. Welcome back to Trade Genius Live. I'm your host and the brand ambassador of the Edge Funder prop firm, excuse me, Trend Genius. And we are in here on a Thursday, y'all. Thursday vibrations. How is everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get into it. Joe Bro, good morning. Kaz, Grand Risings. Kaz, I was thinking about you. I gotta holler at you about something. My brother T. Pruitt, good morning. Twyla, good morning. Mike, good morning. He said, good morning, geniuses. Ha ha. Gotta love that. Ben, good morning. Ben, are you now, Mr. Cologne, are you now a member of the inner circle? That is the $1 million question this morning, sir. Q, Grand Rising. Princey, hey. Jay Royal, good morning. Jerry Jack, Mr. Payout in the building. Good morning. Badavan, good morning. Karate 357, good morning. Emu, good morning. Josh Threats, good morning, good morning. George Powell, good morning, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's give everybody a little bit of time to fall in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am fresh off of, oh, let's see here. Not yet. Okay. Ta, good morning, my brother. What we got? Kiara, good morning. T Mac, Grand Risings. That's what's up. Let's see here. So Thick DH1. Hello all. Absolutely. Good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. All right. We got 33 folks in here. Come on, y'all. Everybody, let's make sure that we are engaging. Let's see here. Let me send out this last. Boom. All right, and bam. And then let me send this last one out. Bam. All right, cool. Badavan. Oh, birthday was good, man. I just I went and had some got you, Ben. Absolutely. But that's all right. Something we gotta work through. Badavan, birthday was cool, man. I didn't do anything. I just went and had some dinner, and that was pretty much it. Went and had some dinner, and just hung out with my little sushi family that I think I was telling you. No, it was on the members only stream. But yeah, I have a little place that I've been going to. They were a hole in the wall when they started a 2012, I think. Yeah, it was 2012 when they started. They were there for 10 years till 2022. I started going there about 2015, and then they moved to like this big spot, man. They didn't leveled up, like for real. They didn't leveled up. Shout out to Serena. But yeah, they got a nice spot. So I went there. It's like my family. It's I love it because it's like, it's funny how, no, I didn't even think about it. That is crazy. So check this out. So there is the owners. There's two owners. One's Chinese, one's Japanese. There is all the sushi chefs are like all different nationalities. It's a Mexican one, my boy Ish. You got we have an Indonesian one. We have a Filipina, actually a woman. We also have what else do we have over there? Vietnamese, man. It's like it's cool. Even the waitresses, like it's a Thai waitress, like it's super dope. That's where I went. That's my family. I usually go there. Even if I don't go on my birthday, I usually go somewhere around my birthday. This year I went on my birthday, but yeah, I go there. It's always like a great time, and they always make me like all this special stuff because I don't eat meat, so they make me all these special sushi rolls. It's, man, so amazing, man. It's crazy. All I can say is I'm blessed. Wally, good morning. Kira said, I took my first trade during London. I learned a bit how I reacted during that, but I did 4 trades, then shut it down, but 3 or 4 hit TP. my one hit my set SL. That's what's up. No trading 3 days was kind of relaxing. That's what's up. Oh, appreciate that. Josh Stress, thank you, brother. Regina, good morning. But I'm not tripping. Yeah, absolutely. Super Spaceman, good morning. You got your own, man, right? Bro, it's cool. It's really cool. Good morning, Serena. For real. All right, so we got 52 viewers. We have 21 likes. We need to get what? 31 more likes. We can get 31 more likes. That'll be amazing. That's all I ask. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please engage. This channel is built upon love and graciousness, and everybody in here is, you know what I mean, is important. That's why you're here. So let's get it cracking. Lucked into an amazing trade and gold this morning. My biggest trade to date. That's what's up. Shout out to Twyla, man. That's what's up, Twyla. Frost the Fifth, Rise and Shine. P702FX, good morning. Ibram, good morning. Uh-oh. Ya daughter E. Hey. Grand Risings, welcome. Thanks for tapping in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And as I always say, all I ask is for the likes and the subscriptions, and I will take care of everything else. And it costs you nothing to do that. All right? My nail girl, good morning. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Trying to overcome this FOMO from that NQ streak last night. I heard that. Yeah, got to overcome that. Nate Brawley, good morning. D Young, good morning. For real. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and let's jump to, let me make sure I make it. Appreciate that. Good morning, Pivot Point. I appreciate that so thick. I appreciate that. All right, let's jump to news. We have about 7 minutes before market opens. Oh, you know what? My bad. I'm tripping. How are y'all feeling this morning? I'm tripping. Good morning, Felix. How are y'all feeling this morning? One word me in the chat. I'm tripping. Y'all know how we do this. I don't know why I got brand new all of a sudden. Y'all know how we do this. How are y'all feeling? One word me in the chat. How are you feeling? Saint Mom, good morning. I'm a beginner. Haven't placed my first trade yet. Still learning. I read your book recommendation, Vessels of Wins. It was a great book. Thank you. Absolutely. That book is amazing. I wish I'd have read that book before I started trading. I wasn't able to do that. I found the book many months after, but you know what I mean? I wish I'd have read that book, but shout out to you, Toussaint. I'm just gonna call you Toussaint. Shout out to you. All right, so how we feeling? Let's audit our feelings. You know, every day we gotta remember, we not only are we professional decision makers, we also have to make sure that we're auditing everything that's going on. So we always take an inventory of our feelings every morning. That's why I asked that question. How are you feeling? Everyone on here, I expect you to engage. The reason why we do this is because we need to take a self-inventory of how we're feeling before this market opens. It's very important. If we are feeling emotions, then we know we need to do what? We need to get up. We need to get away from our desk, put our device down if you're on your phone, take a couple of deep breaths. Remember, we don't bring no emotions to our trading charts, period. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's why I do this every morning. All right, so PT702 said, feeling great. My brother T. Pruitt said, blessed, laser focused, anxious. Mike rested. Y'all daughter E, amazing. Twyla said, blessed. I don't know I was going to say your whole name, Twyla. Mr. Payout, great. Super Spaceman said, green tea sipping. That's what's up. George Powell, great. Kiara refresh. Telly, good morning and feeling good. Joe Bro said, ready. Benjamin said, nervous. Okay. Well, how are you, Trent? I'm good. I'm feeling good. Pivot Point, my birthday was yesterday, and so I'm just off my birthday, and we just enjoying ourselves in here. That's it, as always. Yep, I showed up on my birthday for my people. Absolutely. Kai said learning. Q said stressed but pushing through it. Okay. Toussaint said motivated. T-Mac said great. Karai 347, I just hit the trade. button by mistake and made $9.10. Yes, that can tend to happen. I've done that before. Super Spaceman, great. Frost the Fifth, dauntless. Ooh, nice word. Jazz Rich, always cool, calm, collected when I'm here with y'all. That's what's up. I love it. Shout out to you, Jazz Rich. Bottom 50 not good. It's not fitting my time zone. Okay, but I see frequent trends during London session. Want to backtest those ideas since it better suits my time. Too early to say that about that specific part. You know what? If nonetheless, Bottom just show up on the members only stream and demo trade it with us. You can do that. Felix Zavar said, good. Need to go from 1 micro to 2 now. That's what's up. I'm getting the trades, just hitting that daily. Absolutely. That's good, man. Just constantly just keep building. Makes sense. Serena said, grateful. Ibram said, feeling good today. Wally said, ready to learn. Cry 357, enthusiastic but very cautious. Smart man. Bottom said, focus. Nate, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you, Pivot Point. C. McGregor, morning. All right. That's good. That's what we need. We need to take that self-inventory. It's very, very important that we do that every morning. Okay, what we got? Travis Bellamy, first time watching trading, excited. That's what's up, man. Welcome. Glad you're here. You're in the right place, literally. All right, now let's get to news. All right, you know how we show up. We do our. Okay, C. McGregor said, feeling great and confident. Amazing. That's what's up. So we did our first inventory, right? Which is what? Self, feeling, how we're feeling. What's our emotions like? Okay, we got that down. Now let's go to news. Today we have flash PMI, orange folder at 6:45. So that'd be 15 minutes after market opens. Emu said, feeling blessed. That's what's up. And that's all we have today. Nothing else. Little yellow folder here, natural gas. If you trade NG, then I would definitely say this is something to be careful about. I always remember Juvier stated when natural gas came out, even though it's yellow folder, he wouldn't trade NG that day. So anyone that trades NG, just be mindful of that. And yeah, that's it. That's it on that. Regina said, feeling blessed. My sister Snehal, good morning. All right, let's get on the charts. I already got our time zones marked out. Y'all know how we do this. Market's going to open in 1 minute. All right, so y'all know this is our little cheat code, right? Our little cheat code for bias, right? Kind of gives us an idea of what we may see during New York session, right? Okay, so we mark out. Y'all know this is times from last night. So we mark out 5 p.m. Remember, everyone that's new on the stream, I'm in Los Angeles. I am on Pacific Standard Time. So that means that you have to adjust these times accordingly. So if you're on Central, it'll be 7 to 11. If you're on Eastern Time, it would be 8 to 12, and so on and so forth. All right, so 5 to 9, that would be our little age. That would be Asia. 11 to 2 a.m. This would be London. We are trying to see if London took out Asia highs or Asia lows, and market just opened. All right, cool. So maybe we might be able to get a cool setup. So this is Asia low. This is Asia high within this time frame. This is London high, and this is London low. So we can see that London did take out Asia's highs, but did not take out Asia lows. So we look for what? We look for the market to be possibly bullish today. Now, we're not married to that bias, though. We talk about this all the time. It's just a gauging point. It's not a prediction. We don't predict anything in the market. We use all of these things as possible confluences. They're not predictions. They're gauging points just to know that it's there. And we definitely try to, how would I say, compile all of this data so we can make better decisions when it comes to our strategies. Absolutely. Edgar Martinez, good morning. Kalita, good morning. So, good morning. Breakdown. Just need to know where is that. Frost the Fifth. Chris, what's up, brother? Could you briefly break down the member stream, demo trade, or where is that, please? I got you. We'll get to it. I got you, Frost the Fifth. I got you. I'll break that down for you. Just right now, about to possibly even may take a trade. So let's focus there. But Frost the Fifth, I got you. I'll break all that down for you. All right. So let me see. Get on this 1 minute. All right. So let's see here. Let me see. I don't know why I don't see none of my indicators. Everything up? Yeah, everything's up. I'm tripping. All right, so we're patient, we're waiting. Um, Shout out to whoever that was that either subscribed or gave a membership. That's what's up. I have a widget that's supposed to pop up, and that widget has been given. It's been a thorn in my side. I tested it. I tested it. When was this? Like 2 or 3 days ago when I set it up. I tested it like multiple times, turned everything off, turned my devices back on, and tested again. It was fine, but seemed like when I pop up on stream, it just does not want to cooperate. But that's okay. We're going to figure it out. All right. Soak said he's feeling rushed. Probably won't take a trade today. Best wish to y'all. Get that bread. That's what's up. That's what's up. Smart man. Yeah, I got you, Frosted Fit, for sure, for sure. I got you, my guy. Or my girl. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Either way, no disrespect. Respectfully. All right, let's see what we got. Very, very lackluster price action. I mean, we do have news in 15 minutes. So we probably don't want to take a trade before that. That's the only thing I do not. Let me just look at this one more time. I just gotta just look at this. Yeah, flash PMI. Yeah, we gotta err on the side of caution with orange folder. The funny thing is, in Forex Factory, this PMI is showing orange folder, but in another on another area of news, it shows red folder. So I don't know who is wrong and who is right. So I just thought about that. So with that stated, we're just going to err on the side of caution, and we are going to be careful about placing a trade. Just remember, in the next, 12 minutes, 11 minutes and change, we have news at 6:45. So just keep that in mind. Want to be careful. We never want to be, you know what I mean? Want to be caught messing with news. I mean, caught taking a trade, and then, news has come to, mess our trade up, or, you could be possibly in profit, something like that. You know what I mean? So we definitely just want to be mindful of that. All right. You know what? Hey, you know what, Felix? It's so crazy. This all, bro, I've never traded. I never traded during war. It's my first time in my trading career. So I'm learning with you. Honestly, I don't know. I've been just making sure I stay up on all of that and compiling every time I see something happen. Every time this is what I do. Like when I hear a report, right, about like something going on with the Strait of Hormuz, or something going on just between us and Iran, I always go to the charts and I always try to correspond the time frames from when that news came out to the time frames on the on the charts, and see what candles are doing. That's the only way that we can do it. And if I see something, then I just journal it. Yeah, I just journal it under that day, whatever that trading day is. I just journal it. So, but yeah, so definitely got to be careful. Do you ever do the high? I do not trade HSS. I trade all of Scalp Guy strategies. That was my coach, mentor. That's my big brother. So everything I do is what he taught me. So that's I know the hybrid super scalping strategy. I even have a chart set up for it. Like, just to let you know, I know capping with me. This is my chart I have it set up. So I do demo trade it and play with it sometimes, but I haven't traded it like, how would I say? I'm not at the point where I'm trading it live like I do my other strategies, but it's there. That's why this chart is there, because Euphoria threatened me. He threatened me to learn it. So, I set the chart up and I play with it here and there, but I have not traded it live. But it's a fire strategy, and yeah. So, but I don't trade it. I haven't traded it. Appreciate that, Frost. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate that. Boom. Nice. But yeah, Michael, I haven't traded it like live like that. But I know I need to practice. Let me just say that. I need to get that down. Because I be seeing my confidant Serena, she be eating off that. And me and her pretty much trade the same style. We trade the same way. There's a couple of strategies that she trades that I don't trade. She trades the fib, and she also trades HSS. So, but other than that, we both trade the same strategies outside of those two. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I know Serena does not mind helping. Actually, no one in this community minds helping, especially anyone that trades that. There are other people in here that trades that. Milton Buchanan, what's up, my guy? If somebody would have got in early, they would have made 3x on the upscale. Got it. All right. So we're just kind of waiting. So let's do this, because I'm not going to get in anything right now. I wouldn't advise anyone to get anything right now. You know what I'm saying? Just because we have news coming up, right? We always want to make sure that we're erring on the side of caution. So with that stated, let's go ahead and jump to question of the day. You know, we always got to get that mental muscle. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get our mental muscle rocking. I was a little premature, huh? All right. Tip of the question of the day is, I don't know, my little jing popped up there quick. All right. Is this trade aligned with your best setup? Remember, these questions are questions that we ask ourselves, right? We ask ourselves these questions pretty much every day. We want to get an idea of what is going on. So this is all geared to what? Work on your psychology, work on our psychology. Remember, we are process-driven traders. We are not profit-driven traders. We don't care about no profits. We don't care about no payouts. And I know somebody might be on the call and be like, what? That's what we're here to do, make money. Right. But you can't make money unless you have a solid process. Remember that. And it starts with your trading psychology. So just keep that in mind. Remember that we are process-driven traders, because one thing that I can guarantee you, if you solidify your process, payouts and profits will come. You can't have you can't just be profit driven and don't have no process. No process, I can guarantee you're not going to get to profits. That's the way that it works in this game. And understand that trading is, I would say, 80% psychology, 20% clicking and all that other stuff going on. Literally, that's trading. So remember that. It's not just jumping on the charts and seeing a candle going up and jumping in and pressing buy, or seeing a candle going down and jumping in and pressing sell. That's not how this works. There's so much more that has to happen before you even get to the money. Shout out to Jerry Jack, AKA Mr. Payout. He'll tell you. 11 payouts in a row. He'll tell you. So with that stated, let's get to this question of the day. We have about 5.5 minutes before news. So, is this trade aligned with your best setup? Let's get on this talking point. So, as a trader, every trader should have an A+ setup. All of us. That means it's a strategy that you learn, a strategy that you back tested, you demo traded it, and you have compiled all that data to where you know this is a great strategy. Also a strategy that you hopefully, possibly have learned from someone who's killing it with that strategy. Don't try to come up with your own strategy. You don't have to do that. There's enough coaches between the inner circle and the edge funder that have fire strategies that work. Period. And if you're not in the inner circle, you're on the edge funder. Juvier does support and resistance. He does hybrid super scalping. Euphoria does hybrid super scalping. It's a lot of great strategies within the community. You don't have to try to, invent your own strategy. Literally, you have enough strategies there that you can pick from. You can back test them, demo trade them, and really, really learn how to implement them and make them work for you and get to the bag. It's just that simple. So, being that, asking yourself this question, is this trade aligned with your best setup? Meaning, the trade that you're getting ready to take, right? Is the setup, price action, all that stuff aligned with your best setup, right? Why do we always want to make sure we're asking ourselves this question? Because we always want to make sure that we're keeping our probability ratios high. How do we do that? By making sure that our trades align with our best setups. We want to take our best setups, not just a setup, our best setups. period. And deviating from that will reduce your consistency. So let's think about this. So if you're a process-driven trader the way you're supposed to be, you treat trading as a business, as your business, you show up every day with professionalism, with business acumen, you protect your accounts, you exercise good risk management, you don't over leverage. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. There's so much that has to happen before we even get to the money. If you do these things, you will always keep your consistency high. And also, too, you won't be taking trades every day. Because A+ setups don't happen every day, period. And on top of that, we should not be trading every day. Yeah, you heard me. We should not be taking trades every day. Professional traders do not trade every day. The funny thing is, they don't even trade that much. But when they do, they hit. They go in heavy, and they win. They how would I say, they profit heavy. But they're waiting on what? That A+ best setup. Now, I know we're not professional traders, but ain't nothing wrong with thinking like one. Ain't nothing wrong with aspiring to be one. There's nothing wrong with aligning yourself with those characteristics, right? They had all professional traders had to be newbies. They had to be where we were before they got professional. They didn't just was born a professional trader. So let's just keep that in mind. So if your trade is not aligned with your best setup, stay out of that. It's like, then you're gambling. I don't care how you look at it, you're gambling. Trading is not gambling. Trading is a financial skill. So with that stated, that's how we have to treat everything that we do. We're professional decision makers. Like, it's so much things that we have to do before we even get to the bag. That's why I stress so much about us being process-driven traders. We are not profit-driven traders, period. So if you are not aligning your best setups with your trades, meaning like with the trades you take, you are, like as I stated, you are definitely deviating from consistency. If you want to keep up your consistency, then you will always want to make sure that you are keeping your probability ratio high. The only way you do that is making sure that every time you enter a trade, you are taking the best setup possible. For anyone that trades any strategies, I've seen Euphoria many times say, oh, we possibly got a setup, and then he'll come right back behind that and say, you know what, I didn't take it because it wasn't clean. That's the example of aligning your trade with the best setup. That's exactly what he's doing, and I'm just using him as an example. We want the best setup. All right, let's hold that thought. It's 1 minute before news. Let's just get there and let's just see what kind of reaction that we get. Not even 1 minute, it's like a few seconds. So let's see what kind of volume comes into the market. Womp womp. Womp womp. Now, let me not talk mess, because there are times where that it could be like the candle, the 1 or 2 minute candle after that could bring in the volume. You know what I'm saying? That does happen sometime. Well, it looks like a little bit of volume came in, so we'll definitely be patient and wait and see what we get. Well, we know what. We know price did take out London lows, right? That we know. So we know the London lows has been swept, right? That we know. Where we at? I would say, yeah. Our opening market open candle actually took out London lows, because remember, London session is still going on right now. We're right on the tail end of London session. London session actually closes. London session closes 11 a.m. Eastern. So in another hour and 14 minutes. Yeah. 8 a.m. my time here in LA. So, all right, what we got? Oh, 15 minute has been invalidated. Yes, 15 minute strat, it has definitely invalidated. We had a bearish candle on the 15-minute. We had a bullish candle on the 15-minute. We needed another bullish candle on the 638 candle, which is also around the 15-minute time frame. And of course, these are going in opposite direction, so that invalidates that trade. So the only thing that we possibly could take today is we could take a daily. So let's see what we get. Let me jump in the comment section. TradeGheenyuz, what are some A+ you suggest? Well, Scalp God has an A+. Let me say this. A+ strategies. So what I would suggest is, this is what I would suggest first. I would suggest, Chris, like find a coach that speaks to your personality, like their trading style or even the strategy. And it's for everyone. So you want to align yourself. I know a lot of us are new on here. We're trying to figure this thing out. This is the first thing I would say. Find a strategy that aligns with your personality. Let me give you an example. I'm a very detail-oriented person. I'm never like one foot in, 1 foot out type guy. I'm either all the way in or all the way out. And for some reason, I don't know why that is, but when I tried scalping, I did not like it. I did not like jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, jumping in. I don't know. For some reason, it just didn't speak to my personality. And I said that because that's why I said I'm a detail-oriented person. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but for me, for some reason, that scalping just did not speak to me. And I'm not talking about the hybrid super scalping strategy. I'm just talking about scalping in general. When I was trying to figure out what kind of trader am I going to be? Am I going to be a scalper? Am I going to be a strategy trader? Am I going to be both? Am I going to be a limit order trader? Am I going to be a market order trader? These are all the things that we have to figure out. So the strategies that I trade are strategies that for some reason they aligned with my personality. All I can say, I was blessed because my coach and mentor, we both have the same background. We both come from the IT security world. So we have a lot of similarities in the way that we think. With that stated, as I said, I'm blessed because I found someone that I thought like me. We have the same ideologies with things, right? With that IT background, and his strategy, speaking on Scalp God, his strategy spoke to me. So they align with my personality. I am being a detail-oriented person. Strategy trading is what I like better. Does that mean strategy trading is better than scalping? Heck no, that does not mean that. I'm just speaking what's best for me, and you have to find out what's best for you. Now, with that stated, with strategy trading, what I like about it is you have to wait for price to set up, right? So you have to be patient. You have to understand the steps in your strategy, and you have to wait for every step to set up before you can enter that trade. So, with that said, that's why strategy trading works better for me. Now, I just gave you that just to give you an example of how you can approach that and find a strategy that works good for you. It could be support and resistance. Juvier trades that. It could be the hybrid super scalping. It could be scalp strategies. Scalp trades, 5 strategies. 4 of them that would be for the New York session, and then one of them overnight, the one that we trade in our members only live stream. So for me, all of those strategies speak to my personality, every last single one of them. And that's what works well for me. You have to find out what works well for you. Now, how do you find that out? You gotta, you have to, how would I say, you gotta start doing some practice. You gotta start, watching some of, maybe watching some of Juvier's videos, maybe watching some other traders' videos. You know what I'm saying? Open up an account on TradeGheenyuz. Open up a live account. Get your demo trading account going, and then just start trying. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know why my foot was itching like crazy, but anyway, you have to find a strategy that speaks to your personality. I would say do that first. You want to be comfortable. You want to be able to trade like in your zone, right? And to be able to get in your zone, I think finding strategies that align with your personality is going to help you do that. Remember, we don't bring emotions to the charts. So if I'm just hypothetically speaking, this is just an example. Let's say scalping is for you, it's a lot of emotions because you're taking all these trades, right? Maybe that might not be a good one for you. Maybe you might want to try another strategy. Maybe you want to try support and resistance. That Juvier trade support and resistance. Maybe you may want to try, if you're in the inner circle, you want to try scalp guard strategies. I mean, I don't know, but that's just something that you have to figure out. I'm just dropping that gem so you can get an understanding of, how it works when it comes to trying to find a strategy. Also, too, I recommend get a mentor. Go do that one-on-one. Invest into yourself. Remember, in order to make money, you got to spend money. And this is a financial skill. This ain't like college. College, they just teach you how to go get a job. They teach you to be a worker for a lot of money. I know my master's degree cost me over $100,000. And that was a failed investment as far as I'm concerned, compared to trading. That's just my thought on it, right? Now, as I stated, find you a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you can't afford it, if you can't afford a mentor, then find someone that you can follow at least. You know what I mean? And try to learn everything. You got some work to put in. That's what it takes. It takes a lot of work to do this. All right, Serena, I don't know. What you thinking? I think we might have a DS long. Wow, I feel like a pro watching a chart today and don't trade because I trade the London in my eval and Asia for the S-fund. That's what's up, Milton. Let's say I buy, okay, I'm gonna have to get back to those questions. I'll get back to all that. Is there a kill zone for Asia? If so, which will be, is it labeled as Tokyo? There's a kill zone that you can use. It's just called kill zones. Let me go there. It's this one right here. Who is that? That is Michael Smith right here. Kill Zones by Oscar VS. That's the one I have on my chart. Kill Zones. I don't really use it, but I have used it. I don't do kill zones. I like to, I don't know, with a lot of stuff like journaling, different charting. Like, yeah, I got indicators for my fair value gaps, my swing high lows, my VWAP, my 50, but that's about it. I like to chart out my 5 to 9, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. I like to do that. That's just me. I just like to just be hands-on with, excuse me, as much stuff that I can, and just kind of go from there. But that Kill Zones one by Oscar V as in Victor, S as in Sam. Yeah, Long's definitely setting up. That's for sure. So, and we've already also swept. All right. Let's see here. You know what? We already actually had. We actually already had a break. We already had market structure shift. I missed that. Did you miss that, Serena? I missed it. Market structure shift right here. Right here. This 634 candle. All right, so let's see here. Look at this little FVG. Is that crazy or what? Look at this little FVG right here. That's wild. That is a tiny FVG. Wow, that's a tiny fair value gap. I don't think I've ever seen one that tiny. That's like a line. Yeah, and this would, our entry is here. That would be our entry. Because remember, at least I was definitely trying to wait for, why am I on one contract? That's wrong. This should be 5.
Order submitted.
All right, cool. I'm going to line that there. Let me see something. Oh, stop loss will be, I'm going to take this one, this swing low right here. It'll be my sell stop, and TP will be here. Let me wait till hopefully I get tapped in the trade, and then just kind of go from there. This is a very strong level though right here that I have out on my chart. Let me see something. Yeah, price been bouncing on that a lot as always, but let's see what we get. Take the trade and we live with the results. Only two things can happen with your trades. Either they'll be profitable or it'll be a business expense. Every day we talk about losses, right? When our trades go against us, remember, they're nothing more than a business expense. That's all it is. It's not a loss. It's a business expense. We have to understand that we're not going to win every trade, and that's pretty much how it works in trading. Even with the best setup, we're not going to win or be profitable on every trade. And I know I say wins and losses. That's just for the sake of conversation, but technically, it's profitable and not profitable. That's what we deal with as traders. There's no losses. And really, there's no wins. Either we were profitable or not. So trade goes against you, not profitable that day, that's considered a business expense. Remember, trading is your business. And for a lot of us on here own businesses, right? Then we understand what that means, right? You possibly may have rent if you have brick and mortar. If you don't have brick and mortar and you have an online business, you still have products, services, whatever it is you're doing. If you got products, you got labels, you got jars, you got bottles, you got bags, you got, right? If you're providing a service, you still have marketing materials, whatever, you may have some educational materials, whatever that is. All right, we're tapped into this trade.
Order fell.
Let's see what we get. All right, copy trader's working, thank goodness. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let me go ahead and set my TP, and that'll be a sell limit. All right, and I think I may take some partials too.
Order submitted.
So let's see what we get. Tapped in, yep. We are tapped in, and let's see what we get. Y'all know I don't like watching my trades, so we tapped in. Let's get back to question of the day, and then we'll come back. And of course, we always do our breakdown on our trade. So we're just gonna let that rock. And everyone needs to practice that. Shouldn't be sitting there watching your trades. Once you get in a trade, set it and forget it. Remember, we only can control everything that we do before the trade or even exiting, right? But when we're in the trade, we're not in control anymore, right? Unfortunately, we're at the mercy of the market. That's the way that it works being a trader. That's why we want to make sure that we're auditing ourselves. We want to make sure that we are making sure that our setups are higher probability. Make sure you are following your strategy rules. Make sure you're not breaking any of those rules. That's what we have to focus on. We did all of that already. I know my strategy. I know how it works. I know where my stop loss is supposed to be. I know where my entries are. And there it is. So we're going to let that cook, and we're going to get back to our question of the day. We pretty much really was done with it before we went and checked news. Before we went to check the news to see what news is going to be, which was pretty much lackluster. And hey, that's cool. We'll take it. So just to touch on this again, just remember, always being mindful to make sure that your trade is aligned with your best setup, right? So just keep that in mind. It's very, very important. If you don't do this, you'll be deviating. How would I say? You'll be reducing your consistency. And remember, trading is all about probabilities. It's all numbers game. This is a complete numbers game here. Complete numbers game. Complete numbers game to the fact that you could take 10 trades, 6 of those go against you, be only profitable on 4, and still be in profit. Yes, you heard me. You heard me. Yes, you heard me. You can take 10 trades and only be profitable on 4, meaning 6 of those trades went against you, and you can still be profitable. Absolutely. And if anyone that wants to fact check me on that, I can give you the breakdown. So that was question of the day. Let's go ahead and jump to tip of the day. Tip of the day today is markets reward patience before it rewards precision. Let's think about that. Just say that to yourself. Market rewards patience before it rewards precision. So when you think about that, right? Just kind of break that down to your mind. Market reward. Just say it to yourself. Market rewards patience before it rewards precision. Interesting, right? When you think about that. Yeah, I'm seeing that, Pete. It's also because we have this fair value gap here. Let me jump back to the charts because of this fair value gap right here too. It's a big one. So all right, y'all, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to we had talked about taking partials and stuff like that, right? Trying to, really, really making sure that we are being mindful of everything that's going on around us, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, where is this at? I think it's like right in the middle, almost in the middle of the fair value gap. That's actually where I should have put it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this partial. I'm gonna bank these 4 contracts. If it hits this TP, I'm gonna bank these 4 contracts, and I'm gonna leave a runner to run. That's why you always have to look left. And I wasn't paying attention. I should have looked left, knowing that there's a fair value gap right here. I definitely would have placed my sell limit like right in the middle of that, which is considered consequent encroachment, CE, meaning Charlie Echo. Consequent encroachment is just a fancy word for saying middle of the fair value gap. Why is that? Once again, when you're trading NQ, you understand the characteristics of NQ, then you know how NQ moves, and consequent encroachment is one of the places that, of course it can go through a fair value gap, but I'm saying consequent encroachment is one of the places where price definitely will tend to reject. But like as I stated, I wasn't paying attention because I was talking, but I definitely would have set a TP there and took my little banked 4 contracts and left the runner. That would have been a very advantageous thing to do, but we'll see, because when Pete just stated that, when he said that, it made me think, let me go back, let me see what's going on. Definitely is a pretty tough little rejection area there, but hey, let's see what we get. You know what also too, this other thing too, Pete, you know how NQ loves to take overnight highs and lows, right? It loves to sweep those. So sweeping the London low was pretty simple. Let me see something here. Where are we? Let me go to the 5-minute, get some of these candles out of here. Where is open? All right, so what's this? Actually, this is the London high. Yeah, it's the London high right here. Yep, that is the London high. So let's see what we get. Let me jump back to the 1 minute. Yeah, as I stated, I was not paying attention. You're always supposed to look left. Just remember, just always make it a habit of looking left. It's very important to look left. The reason being is because price always tends to go back to where it was, number one. Number two, if there's a huge fair value gap like this, there's a lot of orders sitting here. That's what these fair value gaps are. I definitely as I stated, had I paid attention. That's why it's so important that you are on top of your trading and understand everything that's in front of you, because you want to be able to, not miss something like that, something like this, not missing. For me, this is missing something. Missing something meaning, had I paid attention and wasn't talking and, actually looked left, as I stated, I definitely would have placed my limit order right where you saw it, and I would have just, took partials here and then let that one runner go. Only because I know that we can get a rejection off of this. So that was just to kind of play it safe. And as you can see, price is definitely rejecting. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. That's the one thing that I have to get better at. Like since I've been, let me see, it's been about 60 days of being on stream. I have to get better at being on stream, engaging with you guys, but also too paying attention to the charts. I'm getting better at that. You know, it's for me, it's still a little bit of work in progress. When I added the live stream to my life, it was a new dimension into my trading. So just something that I had, you know, got to keep in mind. But yeah, so let's see what we get. All right, so check this out. As I stated, we just gonna let this cook. It is what it is. That's why you have to be paying attention. I missed an opportunity, and that opportunity could go against me. I missed that opportunity. That's why you have to pay attention to everything in trading. It's very, very important. That's why I always say process over profits. So much process that has to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, there it is. But I'm going to let this trade cook. Period. I'm gonna let it cook and see what it does. All right. So while that's cooking, let's get back to our mental muscle, and we'll get back to that trade. So, as we stated, market rewards patience before it rewards precision. Let's talk about that. Waiting, meaning being patient, creates better entries, right? And it also creates better opportunities, right? Waiting, being patient. And that patience in time will improve your precision. Think about that, because you're patient. You know, you're waiting for that precise time, that precise moment, you know, and when you think about it, what would you rather be, early or rather be patient? You want an early entry or a patient entry? Think about that. Me personally, I would always want to be patient, because being too early, that can be a problem, right? If you took the trade too early, meaning you didn't wait for it. Let's say there's 3 steps in your strategy, and the 3rd step was setting up, but you hadn't got confirmation yet, and you entered early, right? That would be entering early. We don't want early entries. We want patient ones, because we always want to make sure that we have confirmation. It's very, very important. We don't want to be early because we're anxious and we're like, oh, and we get in the trade. We don't want to do that. There's a couple of things wrong there. We're letting emotions ride or drive that entry, because you're like, oh, I want to get, I see it forming. I'm going to get in really. No early entries. Early entries just means that that was emotional. Early entries are emotional. Remember that. Yes, they're emotional. I said it. I'm telling you, they're emotional. They're not based on structure. They're not based on confirmation. They're based on emotions, something that we should not even think about having at the charts, right? Bring it to the charts, excuse me, right? No emotion. No emotions. So to keep from doing that is why we have to exercise all of these things, like being patient, being disciplined. We're not trying to meet price halfway. We don't want to meet price halfway. We want price to come to us. It comes to us, and then we take what the market gives us. Because remember, no one here is taking anything out of the market. Remember that. You ain't taking nothing out of the market. We are taking what the market gives us. Always remember that. As a retail trader, we are taking what the market gives us. We take what the market gives us, one and done. We shut it down. We don't give those profits back, and that's it. Period. That's how it works. So you always want to be patient rather than being early. Early is not a good thing. Early is only good when you're trying to arrive somewhere, right? That's really what early is only good. Early is not good in trading. We need precision in trading. We need patience in trading. That's what you need in your trading game. That's what you have to implement every time you sit down in front of charts to take a trade. Even if you're demo trading, that is what you're looking for. That is what you want to be. That is how you want to react to the market, right? So think about it. If precision improves after patience, right? Then you understand why being disciplined is so important. Just think about it. You can't have patience without discipline. They just, right? You can't have one without the other. That's just the way that it works. So, just keep that in mind. And always remember, you never want to be early. Early is an emotional. An early entry or taking a trade early is emotional. It's not based on structure. It's not based on confirmation. So with that stated, just always remember, stay patient, understand your strategy, understand how it sets up, so you can make sure that you're taking it with precision and you're taking it at the right time. All right. If anybody has any questions on that, let me know. And we'll pretty much, let me see here. If you have any questions on that, let me know, and we'll go, if you need me to go over that question of the day, whatever it is, we can go over both, and we can elaborate more on that if you need a little bit more clarity. But it's pretty simple. Just these question of the day, tip of the day is designed to get you right, get you thinking, get the mental muscle going. You know what I'm saying? And also, we're fine tuning our financial skill. We're sharpening that trading sort of hours, because we just want to, every day we want to make sure that we are working on our financial skill. We are just like an athlete. Think about your best athlete in any sport that you name that you like. They're good at what they do, but remember, they're constantly practicing every single day. All right. So with that stated, we'll move on. Hey. Price is flirting with our entry. All right, cool. Let me get into some questions. I know Frost asked me something. Let me go back up here. Let's get there. I know he asked me something. Where are we at? Oh, break down the member stream for you. So member stream is an overnight stream. We trade one strategy on that in the members only. In the members only stream is one strategy that we trade. We take the same trade every day. The members only stream starts at 5:55 Eastern, 5 minutes before overnight session starts. So overnight session starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's Australia. Then Australia comes in, and then Asia overlaps that. Then London overlaps Asia. Australia closes, and then by the time New York comes in, Asia's closed, and then now we're on the tail end of London right now. Wow, we got some volume into the market. I don't know what just happened, but it was some crazy volume just shot in there. All right, cool. So it's a very easy strategy that we trade. You come on the members live stream, you'll learn. We trade it all. We all trade it together. If it's a strategy that you're going to trade, I recommend, if you're going to get a TEF account, I recommend that you understand that there's a consistency rule with that account. Now, if you do decide to trade the overnight session with that account, with a TEF account, then you have to understand that you'll be you have to set a TP to make sure that you're staying under the consistency rule. Now, let me explain this a little bit about the overnight strategy. Overnight strategy was designed for you to go to the Lambo store the next day. And I say it like that, right? So, with that stated, you want to have an account that's going to give you room for growth, meaning room to let that trade run, possibly even go to sleep while the trade is running. That's why we use a particular account. I'm going to tell you what that account is. And or you take the base hit. But there's many times I went to sleep and I either woke up 3-4 bands in profit or more, 5 bands at times, 6-7 bands at times. Also, I've also woke up and it's hit stop loss. It is what it is. That's how I trade it. Lately, because of the way the market is, we've been taking partials. You know what I'm saying? Meaning taking base hits. When I say partials, I didn't mean to say partials, excuse me. We're taking base hits. And that's how we've been trading it lately, considering we're at war, considering we have a president who's always tweeting and things that he says moves the market, like so many things that, you know, we're dealing with right now. And that's not a political statement. That has not, that doesn't speak to who he is as a person or nothing like that. All I'm saying is, if you've been watching the market, every time this man says something, well, 90% of the time when this man says stuff, market moves. Now, I'm sure him and his people, they coordinating those things because they making money. I'm not crazy. So, you know, that's my take on it. I really truly believe they getting bread. I'm convinced of that. I don't know if y'all remember last year. Last year, I want to say it was maybe around this time last year, or maybe a little bit after this time. It could have been more closer to the summer. I remember he put a tweet, he put a Truth Social post out, and he said, I'm sure a lot of you guys may remember this. He goes, it'll be a great time to buy. And then not even like 5 minutes later, he sent out some tweet and the market just shot up. And I was like, what the heck? And if that ain't insider trading, I don't know what you call it. But hey, I'm not law enforcement, but I do understand what insider trading means. And it's just one of those things. Is that's the terrain that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? So whether it is insider trading, I don't even care about that. That doesn't matter to me either way. The thing is making sure that I get my money, right? That I get my bread. So with that said, it's very important to make sure that you have like all of these things, how would I say, in your mind, that you've taken a mental note of it, just to understand how you need to move. Like, you know what I mean? Because the market it's real different times right now in the market. In the previous administration, and that doesn't mean that the previous administration was better than this one. That's not the point that I'm making. The point I'm making is in the previous administration, it wasn't all the tweeting and all of that type stuff, right? So the market wasn't, how would I say, wasn't dealing with that stuff, right? The market was really just dealing with normal news and normal economic stuff going on. But last year, if you remember, tariff stuff. Every time tariff talk was mentioned, the market tanked. Literally every single time. And it should, because the market, think about it, tariffs means more money to businesses. Businesses have to spend more money. The market don't like that. Think about it. The market is derived of what? If you're trading in Q, of 100 different companies, right? Those companies don't want to hear about no tariffs. That's messing with their ROI, their return on their investment. It's messing with their, it's probably gonna stop us out. But you know what? Taking this loss is my fault because I didn't have to take this loss. But it is what it is. Let's go talk about that real quick. We can jump back to what we were just discussing. So
Order canceled.
now going back to, let's see here. So I paid some serious bills today. Had a nice business expense today. Non-profitable of 737 in 13 accounts. It is what it is. Now let me say this. That was strictly my fault. That did not have to happen. And let me explain why. That's why it's so important that we pay attention to what's going on. What did I tell you about consequent encroachment when I said CE, about the middle of a fair value gap, right? Very, very strong area. And also, too, this is a huge fair value gap, so we know there's a lot of orders sitting here, right? All right. So with that stated, as you saw, what did price do? Price wicked right up through CE, consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, and basically reversed. Now, let me get to the 1 minute. Now, had I been paying attention, right? If I was paying attention and I saw this, I would have definitely already had my TP set right here, right in the middle of this fair value gap, right where it touched. I'd have took my 4 contracts and I would left the one runner, and I would have still at least, even if the one, we already know the one runner would have went against me, that's fine, but at least I still would have banked my 4 contracts. This is why it's very, very, very important to pay attention to what's going on these charts, because I could have been $700 in profit in 13 accounts, but I took a L because I wasn't freaking paying attention. And this is what can happen. So use me as an example. Make sure you're paying attention to what's going on these charts. This ain't no game. This real deal. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm pissed off with myself right now because I was supposed to be paying attention much better than I have been, because that's something I've been on myself about. I've been policing myself about that. Now, it is what it is. I'm not pissed off because the trade went against me. I'm pissed off because I wasn't paying attention. Let me make sure I make that clear, because like I said, it's just a business expense. It is what it is. I got to eat that. You know what I mean? For not paying attention. It's not about the bread for me. Like I said, it's not about the process. It's about the profits. It's about the process. And I wasn't on my process. Period. So, you know what I mean? The good thing is my accounts are cool. I live to trade another day. And it's something I got to just work on. And there's something I've been really policing myself about this, about making sure that I'm paying attention to what's going on when I'm on stream talking. But once again, I've only been at this about 60 something days. I think we're at 62, 63 episodes, 62, 63. And, you know, it is what it is. I got work to do. That's what that means. I got work to do. I got to pay attention. Have to pay attention. It's crucial. That's how serious this is. All right, let me get into the comment section. And I'll drop for you, Frost. I'm going to go through and start answering some of these questions. Let me go ahead and drop the membership link. I'll drop the membership link in the comment section. I know Frost asked for it. Let's see here. Let's go here. Boom. And boom. All right. All right, I dropped the membership link in the comment section. Let me go back up here and see what we got. The rejection did play well. Absolutely, yes, it did. I think is the same, just different lingo. All right, maybe they're talking in the chat. Christopher said, understood, thank you. Oh, maybe he's talking to Serena. Let me make sure I'm getting all this right. Very strong, yep. If we break here, oh yes, we will run it up. Yep, hesitated on my entry and lost out on the trade. It's okay, Melvin, no problem. That just means we got work to do, brother. That's what that means, no big deal. Absolutely, patience rewards. That's right, my sister. Footage means need to make a move. That is funny. Frost, what do you say? Foot itching means need to make a move. Superstition. That's funny. I see you running up, but it doesn't follow the strat, so I wait. Absolutely. Good morning. Did you change your name? Wasn't it Trend, not Trade? Yeah, it's Trend. Well, where did my name change? What happened, Miss Impress? Oh, you know what? It's just the logo. It's just the logo. But yeah, my name is always Trend. Will always be Trend. Remember, Trade Genius is the channel. Trend Genius is the host. Miss Empress, my island girl. Channels, good morning, man. Where you been at? I wanted to know what a fair value gap is and how to use it. Fair value gaps are basically areas where are areas where there's order still sitting. The way I use them in my trading is NQ. Remember something, this is the way that I was taught. So it's not nothing that I came up with. I was taught this way. Shout out to my coach and mentor, Scalp God. So trading his particular strategy. So the reason why I have these 4 indicators, swing high, swing low, right? These little white lines you see, these little blue lines, the blue dots, excuse me, they're the swing highs. The white dots, they're the swing lows. That's only because it's matching my candle color. Of course, my white candles, I'm sure you guys figured it out. My white candles are would be red and my blue candles would be green. Boom. All right. So swing highs, swing lows. This yellow line is my VWAP. Blue line is my simple moving average, the 50, and fair value gap. This indicator also, these are the 4 indicators I use to trade the strategies that I trade, right? All right. So with that stated, fair value gaps in my trading strategy, the reason why I use those, or they're used in my strategies, is because the way my strategies are, it's using fair value gaps, because with NQ, price always loves to go into those fair value gaps, pick up those orders, and then continue back in the direction that it was heading. So as you're on stream with me and you have watched me take particular trades, you see how I use those. So for my strategy, that's how I use them. Now, I can't say that fair value gaps will work for your strategy, because for one, I don't know your strategy, and for two, I don't know that, the way your strategy, whatever strategy you're using, I'm not sure. Like, let me give you a good example. You don't use fair value gaps in a hybrid super scalping strategy. That's just not something that you need for that strategy. You need what? The 100, and I think he just started doing VWAP, but I think it's just really just the 100, the EMA, right? The exponential moving average, not the SMA. I'm using the SMA, the simple moving average. I'm using the simple moving average 50, the 50. I know in the HSS, it's the 100, right? So that particular strategy, that is indicators that you would need for that. So from an example perspective, that is why and how I use fair value gaps. Now, I don't know, channels, I can't tell you how you would be able to use those in your trading, because I don't know what strategies that you trade. If you're in the inner circle, then I would recommend going into Scalp God's resources and scroll all the way to the top and then start working your way down. And everything that you read there, you would understand the strategies. Well, if you don't understand the strategy, you at least read the PDF and get an understanding of why fair value gaps are used in those particular strategies. So it's not just like something that you can just implement in your strategy if that's not what the strategy calls for. So I definitely would recommend to find a strategy first and then kind of go there. Got out at the gap. That's what's up, Serena. We just need to close above 29.29925 on NQ. How far do you look left? I try to look left. The young, that's why I like to go to 5 minutes to kind of kill some of the candles. I just look left. Like being that we're trading in the morning, I look left, like as far as like the open of last night, just to see, because think about it, that's really what we're dealing with, right? It's not that it does not mean that whatever happened before the open, like this is New York, right before New York closed yesterday. These are still something valid to look at, but I just try to look back at least this far right here. If you put on a 5 minute, you think this is all the way back to like, almost like this is like the back to yesterday. I just like to look back like this, about this far. Now, as far as where I'm going to be placing stop losses, or I'm taking partials or something like that, I would be looking, somewhere into what overnight session did. And when I'm looking, I'm just looking to see what I see. Had I looked back and I would have saw this fair value gap, I definitely would have placed if I was paying attention, I definitely would have placed I would have took partials. I would have trimmed my contracts. I would have trimmed 4 contracts, banked those, and left one runner. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done in this scenario. Remember, every day is going to be something different, but that's what I would have done in this scenario. Just to throw that out there. But yeah. All right, so we move on. Man, price is always playing with you for TP, but if it's close to stop loss, it takes it quickly. Yeah, that's trading, bro. It is what it is. Took a small base hit on 50K that's what's up, Mr. Cologne. Hey guys, I am Janice, new here. How much money do you recommend to have in a live account to trade micros? So just keep this in mind, Janice. In order to trade 1 micro, you have to have at least $100 in your account, and you can only trade that 1 micro. So I never would recommend someone putting $100 in there, because let's say you lose 30 bucks on that trade, right? You take 1 micro, right? Real low risk trade, 50 cents tick value, and the trade goes against you. And let's say you lost 30 bucks and now your account is sitting at $70. You can't even take another trade because you don't have the $100 to back that 1 micro. So definitely I recommend trading micros. And I would say drop anywhere from at least 300 to 500 into your account, and only trade one micro. And then when you double that account, then you can maybe move to 2 or 3, whatever you feel, but at least double your account, but trade one micro, at least 300 to 500. All right. I had a TP set at 344, but took a base hit when it rejected off 340. Gotcha. So that's why your foot was itching, that gap. Frost. I learned something new today on the FEG limit order. Due to a rejection, I need to look left. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Pete, thanks, man, for that. That's what's up. 411 on 2 accounts. Dope. Let me see. 7 years is long they have to go to the shelter since Enemy Jones. Oh, man, that's what's up, man. All right, Bottovan, man. Hey, man, take care, man. Man, everybody keep Bottovan in your prayers, man. Bottovan is from the Ukraine. He's Ukrainian. He's dealing with the war stuff, and it's real for him. Like, for real, it's real for him. Like, you see what he said, right? He got to go to the shelter because enemy drones are flying very close at the moment. It's crazy, man. Man, shout out to you, man. God bless you, bro. Keep you in my prayers. And, man, that has to be some difficult stuff, man. That's all I can say, man. All I can say is we are blessed living here in the United States. That's all I can say. Bottom, man, just please, bro. Just please be safe, man. I hope your family stays safe, bro. Man, that is wild, bro. Man, God bless you, brother. Man, that's all I can say. That is wild, man. Wow. I noticed what the 50 did last night and grabbed the 150K account this morning. I told you, Jerry Jack. Mr. Payout, I told you, bro. That's why I was like, just come demo trade it. Yeah, man, be safe out there, brother. For real. Driving and listening and words on patience is gold, bro. Thank you, Soap. Everybody tell him bottom and stay strong. Insider trading in plain sight. For real, for real. His entire cabinet, for real, for real. For real, for real. You know, man. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. That's right, Brody. Who cares what they doing? We care about our bread. Absolutely. Vanessa, good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Frost said the footage. I'm pressing the HSS. How do I catch the entry after the candle close? It bounces so fast. Yeah, on that, you got to be super quick. Q. I got out up there, holding trade, had me in drawdown, so I got out in the green. That's what's up. I be trying to trust the process, but I seen that FEG. Yes. I blew my first account 2 days ago. LOL. I'm right back on it, though. That's dope. Don't even worry about it. Blown accounts are a part of the game. If you blow an account, don't get down on yourself. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. So just remember that. It comes with the territory. It's like being an athlete getting an injury. It's a part of the game. Jermaine, thank you, my guy. Shout out to you, brother. And I just want to say, y'all, I had this widget. I know I said it before. I had this widget that whenever someone becomes a subscriber, new member, super chat, anything like that, the widget's supposed to pop up and shout you out. I had set this thing up. I like tested it like multiple. I tested it for like 30 minutes. Literally, and this thing was working optimum. And now every time I come on stream, it's like it's not there. I can hear, yeah, I'm sure y'all can hear that little bling. That's what that is. But for some reason, it's not showing up. So I got to fix that. But shout out to you, Jermaine. Appreciate you. Definitely see you tonight on our members only stream. It's going to be dope. How many accounts can you have in Apex? 20. I have 20. That's for Mr. Tucson. What indicators for reverse zones? Vanessa, they are not indicators. Those are zones that were put on my chart. And like they are plenty of them. Where are they? Where are my zones? There they go. Yep. These zones been here for some of them over a year. Yeah, this is something that we did a long time ago. Maybe one day we can possibly do a reversal zone session. That's going to take some time. That's going to be like a 3-hour joint. For real, for real. It takes that much time. And if I do decide to do it, it's definitely going to be some months down the road. But yeah, as you can see, I have reversal zones going all the way into, I think, the 16,000s. Yes. Yep. And all those blue lines on my chart, Those were all daily levels, my pink lines that price did not touch. If price does not touch those during New York session, I change them to blue and I leave them on my chart. So that's why you see all of those blue lines. Until price touches those, I will not remove them. As I stated, y'all know who my mentor is, and this is how he taught me. This is what I learned, and this is what I continue to do every day. I never strategy hopped. I found those strategies, back tested them, demo traded them, learned them, studied them, and that's how I've been eating for the past couple of years. All right, so let me get back in the comment section. Q, as soon as you see, okay, cool, she's letting her know. Can you show us the indicators you use? Absolutely. Can you run through your trade strategy setup? I was late, no problem. Let's see here. So indicators I use are swing high low. Swing high low is these blue dots and these white dots. All right, that's swing high low. And that will be this indicator right here. Swing high, low support and resistance by Pattern Smart. Swing high, low support and resistance by Pattern Smart. All right, I use that one. I also use fair value gaps, which would be this one right here. FVG, Nephew Sam. That's the fair value gaps one. Then I also use SMA 50. You can see it here, SMA 50. If I turn it off, you'll see which one turns off. That's my blue line. That is my 50. So SMA 50 is exactly what it is. So simple. It's the simple moving average. Simple moving average. And on all of these, they're just default. The only thing I changed were the colors of the lines and stuff like that. But the settings are all default settings. So simple moving average for my 50. That's the blue line. And then the yellow line is my VWAP. And that is volume weighted average price. That's what VWAP means. Volume weighted average price. So those are the 4 indicators that I use. And there that is. And let's keep going. I'll definitely run through my setup. Denny Jones, what up, what up, what up? Let's see here. Oh, Serena stated that it's the EMA 100 and VWAP for HSS. You said for A+. I use, for the A+, Serena, I use a 50. Yeah, I use a 50. I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying I use a 50. Yeah, he everywhere. For real, J Royal. Let's see here. That's right. Welcome to the vault. Jermaine, that's what's up. He said, I have to be. Let's see here. At least 500. I put 250 my first time, and it wasn't enough. Yeah, that's why I said 300 to 500. Absolutely. Thank you, Kiara. Price like to stay around the open candle box. Just lately it's been, I mean, if you kind of look at like price, look, price is really kind of ranging, right? Mr. Cologne, if you think about it, right? Look at this. Price is like really just ranging, right? It's really just ranging. Pretty much like even since yesterday, it's like ranging in this area. It's this level right here. That's why it's on my chart. Very strong level. You can see price will break through, retest, break through, break through, retest, come back, retest, break through, come back, break through, retest. Like this level is just a very, very strong level, which was one of the reasons, had I been paying attention, I wouldn't have had any business expenses to take care of today. I would have, as I stated, I would have got out right here, right at CE, right at the middle of this fair value gap, consequent encroachment. And as you can see, it wicked right there. So that's just from not paying attention. And we discussed that. We're going to move on. And I got you, I don't know who it was about asking for the breakdown. I got it. Excellent. Thanks. Overnight membership. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. Definitely going to join Night Crew. That's my session. Absolutely. I got my Lucy 150K account last night. After 5-0, I'll be ready. That's what's up. That's what's up. Had an interview yesterday. It was so hot. I got 2 weeks to pass this eval. That's when my background check come back. Okay. That's what's up. The itching foot, bro, was trying to tell you. I know you just messing with me. That's what's up. Also, what's that indicator for high lows? I think I got that. Do you offer one app? I sure do. Let me shoot that to you, Vanessa. Let's go here. And let me say this, y'all. Anything that you guys need, literally, if you just go into any, I'm gonna show y'all real easy. Anything you need, like literally, it's all in my description. So just go, you can go to any one of my, maybe not in my shorts. Yeah, I don't think, my team, we don't put any descriptions in the shorts. But if you go, let me just do it this way so it could be easy. Yeah. Boom. All right, so if you go in any one of my descriptions, right? I mean, even in the videos, like it doesn't matter where you go. We'll go here. Any one of my descriptions, you're gonna see all of my links to everything that I have. I have some other links I need to add to update to these, but you'll see everything here. All the links, books, complimentary books, my mentorship link, like all of that stuff. So yes, absolutely. And they're in the posted videos and the live. I don't know if I said that, but we're definitely looking at the posted videos. So they're in both. Shorts, not so much. We don't really put that information in the shorts because it's a short, right? But you can go in any one of these. You can go there. You can go on my lives. Any one of these, you'll find all my descriptions for what you need. Boom, boom. There's a link in there, and there's also some coupon codes for you, Vanessa. You're welcome, Frost. No problem. Nothing much. I'm doing good. DJ. I'm doing good, brother. Thanks for asking. Doing good. You got it, channels. Are we allowed to trade on Sundays on T? Yes. You're allowed to trade on Sundays on TF. You're allowed to take trades from 6 p.m. Eastern to 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Just keep that in mind. So when you see I know it's confusing. When you see the on the rules for the hedge funder, it says no overnight trading. What that means is you can't hold your position from New York session close through that 1 hour break into overnight session open. You can't hold your trades through that. All right, that's what they mean by overnight. I know it's kind of confusing, like, well, overnight means like will be 6 p.m., right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1 in the morning, 2. I get it, because that's exactly what someone would think, because that's just, how would I say, common sense, right? It doesn't mean that the rule on TF is stated wrong. It is considered, that is the term, overnight. You can't trade overnight, which just means you can't hold your trade. So you need to be closed out of your trade by 4:15. Now, if you're closed out of your trade by 4:15 on TEF, you can jump back in on a trade at 6 p.m. And you can hold that all the way to 4:15 the next day, 4:15 p.m. the next day. So just keep that in mind. Straight up. So that's what that means. What we got? Hey guys, I'm back. Our family is safe. Thanks for all the support and prayers. Everyone, of course, man. Bro. Man, that's some rough stuff right there. That's all I can say. Rough. But bro, all I gotta tell you about him, bro, you are, bro, you hard, bro. I'm just gonna say, like, you have to be tough to even do what you're doing. I don't care what no one says, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody in here know nothing about that, other than Bottom. No one knows anything about that. Could you imagine you're just doing your normal stuff at home, and then you gotta dip. You just gotta leave everything behind, go dip, and go get yourself into a shelter. Nobody doesn't know. None of us knows what that's like. I can only imagine. But bro, I just want to tell you, bro, you solid, bro. You solid. That's all I gotta say, bro. You solid. That takes a lot. What are the market hours for pre-market time? Remember, pre-market is anything before. Pre-market would be from 6 p.m. Eastern to 9:29 a.m. Eastern. That would be pre-market. Pre-market New York, right? That's just everything that that's basically the time frame before New York starts, right? Because the market opens every day at 6. Well, I'm not gonna say every day. It opens Sunday 6 p.m. right? Closes at 4:15. Reopens up at 6 p.m. on Monday, so on and so forth. Friday is, of course, market closes at 6 p.m. Excuse me, at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it doesn't open back up till Sunday. So anything before New York session open from 6 p.m. to, as I stated, 6 p.m. Eastern to 9:34 a.m. 9:29 Eastern, that would be pre-market. Let's see here what we got. Right, life can always be worse, man. Appreciate what you have. What? For real, man. That is so real. So real. So real. Jalen Mack, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you being here. For real, for real. Welcome. Yeah, our 2-year-old son is afraid of thunders. When he hear it, he runs to the bathroom and says rockets are flying. Man, poor brother. Poor guy. Yeesh. Well, man, shout out to you, man. I know you keeping everybody straight and everybody on safe, man. I'm sure you are definitely the glue to your family. Just keep being that person, man. And like I said, bro, we always gonna have you in our prayers. For real, for real. And even to just go back and then jump back on stream, like, bro, that's just, to me, that is just, man, that's something else. And then he jumps back and he's like, I'm back, it's cool. And it's like, wow. Amazing, bro. That's all I gotta say. It's amazing. All right, let's keep rocking. All right, anybody got any questions? We got 70 viewers, we have 49 likes. All I ask is we get the likes up. We got what? 21 more likes to get up. Excuse me, 31 more likes to get up. We can get those likes up. That would be amazing. That's all I ask. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. Couple of clicks. That's all I ask. Y'all know subscribing to the channel helps push the content out. If you're rocking with me, rock with me. Straight up. Or I ain't gonna say with me, if you're rocking with us, because it ain't just me, it's a whole community here. Everyone here is helpful. This community is built on graciousness and love. I say that periodically, a few times a week. You know what I'm saying? That's what we own. That's how we live in here. Positive vibes, all that. So if you're new, you're in the right place. Straight up. All right, let's jump back here. For any of y'all that made money today, I hope you have logged out of your accounts, but you left your charts up. I hope you have logged out of your accounts and left your charts up. Hey, and is Kaz still on here? Kaz, you here, bro? Give me a thumbs up if you're here. I told y'all something I wanted to tell you. And then I'm gonna talk to my team first. I'm gonna share in the members. I want to share with my members in our members only stream, but I'm gonna talk to my team first. And but yeah, Kaz, you still in here, my brother? Kaz the Gregory. Yeah, man, that's serious. And anybody got any questions about anything? Questions, concerns? Trent, I meant EMAVY. Oh, yes, correct. Gotcha. You know, Serena, I think you've known. Okay, Kaz, thank you, brother. You know, Serena, I'm such a creature of habit. When I hear A+, you already know what I'm thinking about, right? You already know what I'm thinking about when I hear A+. You know, I'm already thinking about scalp trade, the trade that we trade, right? Scalp strat, right? You already know what I'm thinking about. Question: when market rejected off the 1 minute, why didn't you come out the trade? So this is the thing. Oh no, you good. You good. You good, T-Mac. What's up, granddaughter? I got you, Vanessa. What's up, granddaughter? That's what's up, man. Hey, anyone can learn this financial skill. Get it. Whip her in shape. Whip her in shape, T-Mac. Get her trade ready. For real. Okay, so Empress, the reason why I didn't is because it's the thing. I could have just clicked out, right? But the thing is this. Couple of things. I truly believe in my strategies, right? Now, I like to let my strategies play out. Something that I was taught by my coach and mentor, right? Now, the reason why I don't like doing that is because I don't want to develop a habit of when I see my trade doing that, I click out. That's not how you're supposed to run your strategies, right? Now, it's one of those things where it'll start to go against me. And the other thing too is this. Maybe someone else may not do that, but this is me. I mean, maybe someone else may not do this, but this is me. I was not paying attention. Number one, that's on me. I got to eat that, right? So I purposely made myself stay in that trade because it's like, no, you're not going to abandon the trade now that you didn't pay attention. And this is me talking to myself, like for real. You're not going to abandon the trade now because you didn't pay attention and you're just going to click out. I don't like doing that because I don't want to develop a habit of when that starts to happen, I'm just clicking out. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I am so stuck on my process. And guess what? I got to eat this. But guess what? It's a darn good lesson for me. Pay attention, bruh. Like, this is me talking to me. Like, pay attention, bruh. Like, this costing you. You know what I mean? I ain't blowing no accounts, and I'm saying it's costing you. I could have, if I was paying attention, my trade would have played out the way it was supposed to. But I'm not going to just exit out because, oh, you know, on this particular scenario, it was mainly because I didn't look left and I didn't pay attention to that fair value gap right there. So I was actually punishing myself in the regard of, no, you're not going to exit out. You're going to stay in the trade. And if it hits stop loss, then guess what? You got to deal with that. That's the learning lesson for me today. Pay attention. And it's another thing too, like I've been policing myself about this. I've talked to my team about this. I've said that I got to get better. You know, being on stream, it's just multitasking, right? And I have no excuses. You didn't hear me make one excuse. I have no excuses. I don't make excuses. Like I was not paying attention. And that's not an excuse. The not paying attention is not an excuse. I'm supposed to be paying attention. So guess what? I had to take it. And I just, that's how I made it rock. And then also too, I trust my strategies and I believe in my strategies. So it was one of those things where, yeah, definitely should have got out where I got out. But because I did not, I made myself stay in that trade. So either it was going to hit my stop loss and it was going to be some good punishment for myself to not do that again, or it was going to go back to the area where I had moved my my TP and be good. So in this scenario, that's why I did it. Now, let me say this. Let's say that did not happen, right? And it got up to the trade got to like 700 and I just decided just to take the base hit, then that's something different. But my thing was like, I didn't want to just bail on the trade because I made a mistake. That's what that was about. So that's why I didn't exit out. But like I said, if it wasn't for that, I could have saw myself taking my base and be like, you know what, I'm going to take my 500, 300, 400, whatever it was, and then be gone. But it was more of I'm punishing myself for not paying attention. And me, I always believe that you have to have some type of punishment for yourself if you break rules, not paying attention. You got to have something. It could be like a cold shower or, something that really is going to make you think about it the next time. Not nothing, like it has to just be something that makes sense. Like, let me give you another example on another punishment that I used to do for myself. When I trade evals, right? Let's say I blow that account, right? I blow the eval. I never ever reset my evals. I make myself have to wait to the subscription if there is a subscription. I make myself wait till subscription comes around, subscription's paid, and then my account starts over again. That's another punishment that I do for myself because resetting it is too easy. That's too easy. And thank the Lord, I'm blessed. I can afford to pay for whatever it is I want, right? But that's not the point. The point is that I don't want to get into the habit of, okay, I blew the account, I'm just going to reset it. I don't want to get into that mind frame. I always want there to be some type of reward or punishment for things that I do with my trading game. So that's what that was about. And I'm super hard on myself. So Kaz, and I got you, Vanessa. So Kaz, check this out, bro. I just snatched up, actually they're sitting on my floor. They just came yesterday. I just snatched up a whole new set of clubs, and I snatched up a whole new set of clubs, all tailor-made again, and just waiting on my putter. I got a Toulon putter coming, so it's all on my floor right now. All custom shafts, custom grips, all that stuff. I went with the QI 35s, and it's a reason why. Actually, my other set I lost, but I'll get into that. And when I say lost, like I didn't lose them, like couldn't find them, like I lost them. Something happened, but we'll get into that more. But yeah, I just want to tell you I had got a new set. I'm excited. I'm about to go back to the range. Probably, I'm waiting on my clubs. My clubs should be here, I think, today or tomorrow. I ordered the P790s, tailor-mades. So I got those too. So yeah. Just wanted to tell you that. Took another L today. That's all right. We took one together. All right, cool. Serena said, I know scalp. For real. All right, strategy. Let's do it. So the strategy I was running. Let's go here. Let me screen share. It's my little daily strat, right? So you see these pink lines on my chart, right? These two and this one, right? These are the open, high, low, close. Those pink lines are the open, high, low, close of the previous day's candles, of yesterday's daily candle. All right, this is for you, Vanessa, and everyone else too, but Vanessa asked. So those are my targets for today. I have a video on my channel. It's called Finding Your NQ Daily Levels. Go there and watch the video. It'll explain to you exactly what these are and why I have them on my chart and how I trade with them, excuse me. So those are my targets, right? All right, so let's see here, where are we? Let me go to the 1 minute. So strategy. All right, market open was, where was it? Right here. All right, this is market open. Now, with this strategy, I have to have what's called market structure shift, meaning I have to have a close above. This is in once New York session starts. So I'm starting to look for my strategy between like 628, 629, right? Sometimes it can start setting up early, right? So I have two targets up top that are closer to price. I got these targets down here. Now, a couple of things. Overnight bias was bullish. Not married to that. It's just something I'm keeping in mind, right? So I got that in mind, right? I know my closer targets are here, right? So got that in mind. Now, I do know I have a target here, but at the end of the day, can price come down here? Absolutely it can. But this is the closer target, and also considering the overnight bias, right? These are all the things that I'm computing in my head, okay? So I got the first step of my strat. I had market structure shift. Market structure shift meaning a close, once market opens, a close above the previous high, which is this is the previous high, or previous low, right? So because this target was close, or it's closer to price, overnight bias, right? Market structure shift, I'm like, okay, that means that my setup, this strategy is setting up for a long, right? For a buy. So I have market structure shift. The next thing that I'm waiting on after market structure shift is a fair value gap. I need a fair value gap to form. That's the second step of this strategy. Now, the fair value gap, actually, where was it? I'm trying to see if there was one before. Okay, so the first fair value gap that formed was, I'll show you right now. It was right here. No, I'm sorry. It was right here. Yes, it was right here. It was right here. Right here. This was the first fair value gap formed. Now, my entry could have been here, right? But I didn't take that. You know why? Remember, we had news at 9:45, right? And one news outlet reported that it was red folder. Forex Factory, another news outlet, reported that it was orange folder. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. I got that in my brain, right? So if it's red folder, I definitely don't want to mess with it. Even orange folder, really don't want to really mess with it either. But red folder for sure is like definitely hands off. Orange folder, it's like hit or miss. But even still with orange folder, I treat orange folder like red folder. I do. So I didn't place my entry. So I waited, right? So then we had another market structure shift right here, right? Which is what? A candle close above the most previous swing high. Or low, but in this case, previous swing high. Market structure shift right here. So there was already a fair value gap that had another fair value gap that had formed right here. Right? And that's where I place my entry. So the way it works for this strategy, you have to have market structure shift, meaning a close above the previous swing high or previous swing low. We already had that, right? And then I saw this form, this fair value gap form, and then we had market structure shift again. So I placed my entry here, and actually this candle came down. I placed my entry right above the fair value gap here, and this candle came down, tapped into the fair value gap, which tapped me into the trade. My stop loss was here at this previous swing low, and I'm in the trade. Now, had I looked left, if I was paying attention, what I was talking to y'all about, I would have trimmed my position at CE, consequent encroachment, meaning the middle of this fair value gap, which would have been right about, I kind of eye it, right? I eye it, right? Which would have been about, I say about here, right? I'd have set my TP right there. Let me just change this color. Let me change it to, I'll change it to purple. All right. So this purple line would have been my TP. I was in on 5 micros. I would have set my limit order right here for 4 micros, right? And as you see, price would have tapped right into CE where it did. And 4 of those contracts would have been trimmed off my position, right? So I would have banked those 4 contracts. Boom, that money's in the account, that money's safe. I would have been in on 1 more micro, and I would have moved my stop loss above entry, which entry was here. I'd move my stop loss right above entry, and I'd have been in on that 1 micro. So that stop loss would have been for that 1 micro that's left. That's running, my runner. I'd have moved my stop loss, like I said, right above entry, which would be right above this purple box, because remember, entry would be here. I'd have moved that. It's like I like to move it just a little bit above entry to give a little bit of space, something you always want to do in the event that price comes back to take you out of here, to take you out of that 1 runner, hits your stop loss. At least you leave a little bit of space between your entry and your stop loss. That'll be a little bit of bread. So you'll still make a little bit of money on that that one last micro runner that I had. And it would have pay for my fees, right? So once price tapped in right here and hit my 4 contracts and banked those, I'm really, if you break it down, I'm in a free trade now, right? Because that 1 runner is running, I banked 4 contracts, and then I moved my stop loss above my entry price. So I'm in a free trade, literally. So even if the trade comes against me, like as I stated, I'm still gonna make a little bit of money off that trade. Off that 1 micro runner. And it'll be just enough to take care of my fees and probably like $30 or something, 20, $30, right? So that was my ideology on that trade. And had I ran it that way, if I paid attention, my trade would have went the way it was supposed to go. But because of course I didn't pay attention, there it is. So that's my strategy breakdown on that. Let's see here, Ms. Bossy B, congrats. So you just making sure just making sure I get this right. We trade like this every day except Saturday from 6. Right. So we trade. So just look at it this way. The market closes at Friday. Friday 5 p.m. Eastern. The market closes. And it does not reopen until Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern. So that's our weekend. Funny you said that. I grabbed the cold shower punishment from Juvier. Yeah, I got sick of tape. Bro, them cold showers, boy, will get your mind all the way right. I mean, they're good for the body, but they'll get your mind they'll get your mind all the way right. Yeah, DJ, we got to, bro. I also got I also ordered that big Samsonite golf bag travel case. I also ordered that too, because I'm telling you, I'm about to be y'all gonna see. I'm about to be country hopping here pretty soon. Yep. So, but yeah, man, tailor-made. That's what I shoot. Shout out to my pops. That's what my pops used to shoot. My pops used to shoot all tailor-made, and he used to love ping putters. Unfortunately, I don't like ping putters, but I still shoot tailor-made, and I do the Toulon garage putters. If you look them up, just look up Toulon Garage, Toulon, Toulon Garage, or just look up Toulon, and you'll see. You may already be familiar with them. Melvin said, I caught sales off the 15-minute fair value gap. That's what's up. Mini golf for me, gang. Between Lucid and Apex, which one is easier to get? I would go with Lucid. If you're gonna be rocking the if this is for the just in general, I would go Lucid. If this is for the strat, because you are, I know you in the Genius Vault. So that would be for our overnight strategy. I would definitely say that Lucid. Yep, Lucid is better. Yep, since there's no daily loss limit. Also, too, remember, it's 50% consistency in the eval and no consistency in the funded. That is the key. And it's a one-time payment for Lucid. There's no subscription fees and there's no activation fees. Come on, man. You can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Vanessa. Anytime. We got you. I got you. What time frame does the FVG respect the most? They respect all time frames. Just remember, the fair value gaps, there are orders sitting in those fair value gaps. So let me say this. Let me take this off my chart. Take these off my chart. I want to show you. I want to let you know something. So let's do it like this. Let me just squinch up just a little bit. All right. So you see how we have these red fair value gaps, right? Because these are made from sell candles, right? And then we have green ones that are made from buy candles, right? So little pro tip. Every red fair value gap always, and I mean always, gets closed. Always. But green fair value gaps sometimes don't. But red ones always get closed. Green ones, there's still some. You can go back on your chart and you'll find some green ones. You'll see, you know what I'm saying? You'll find some green ones. But the red ones always get closed. In time, they always get closed. Yep. But if you go on your chart, you won't see a lot of green ones. You won't really see any, especially if you're going in the past. But you won't see no red ones. You'll see some green ones when you go in the past, but you definitely won't see no red. Red fair value gaps always get closed. Remember, the way that you can fact check that is just with this right here. Remember we talked about the 8% rule? Remember, the market for the past 151 years has always had an 8% gain. Think about it. At some point, y'all saw when I scrolled down, I was all the way down in the 16,000s, right? And just think about it. Years and years and years ago, it was even further down than that. So knowing that, and this is based on historical data, knowing that going back 151 years, that every year the market has at least an 8% gain in price means that what? Every sell side or red fair value gap has to be taken out, right? Just based on that 8% gain, because that means even when price pulls back like it's doing now and it creates those red fair value gaps, we know what price is gonna buy back up. We know that. We know that. So those red fair value gaps will always get taken out. And that's just a little pro tip. So time frames that it respects, of course, the higher time frames are better for your top-down analysis, but and it's really not like price respecting them, Janice. It's more or less of price going back into them and closing them, because in these fair value gaps, there are how would I say, orders. There's orders sitting here. So what I would recommend is jumping on Google real quick and just Google fair value gaps, or even jumping on, because I don't have a video for it that goes very extensive, but I would say to get some more extensive information on just Google fair value gap and just read up on it. Real simple. And it'll give you like a more in-depth understanding of it, but that's pretty much what they are. DJ, absolutely, man. I would love to go play at Pinehurst. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to see no trading discipline today, pull up Patrick Whelan's stream. He just blew 50 loose accounts. Wow. I tell you, I don't break my rules no more. I heard that. Golf trip to New Orleans. Hey, I'm down for that too. We can go to City Park. Go to City Park. Actually, I got a few cool golf courses. But yeah, see, and this is another thing too. I'm off channels. I'm off them foot surgeries, right? Y'all know I had the first foot surgery October. That was the right. I had the left foot surgery February 27th. Next Wednesday is my last post-op. We're just waiting for gonna take an X-ray. We just want to make sure that that fusion that I had done is completed. Once that's completed, then I can truly get back to like true exercise, all my plyo and all of that stuff. And also too, I need to get back to the range, and I need to, I've been away for a minute, so I need to get back out there and, you know what I'm saying, get my feet up under me, so to speak. So, but definitely, as soon as I get right, if y'all want to do some golf trips, I'm down. All we gotta do is plan it, and we can rock it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll share with the members, we'll share with our community and everything. I think that'll be real cool. Does Apex have an eval? Absolutely. Apex that's how they rock their evals. Past eval, then you get to the you get a PA account, which is called a performance account. All right. Notice that too on indicator. Yes, absolutely, my nail girl. Big move to the sell after 11 a.m. Eastern. Sheesh, yes. Because remember, after 11 a.m. Eastern, London closes. So there's no more London in there. It's only just New York now. Only New York now. So let's see here. Got the MSB OB indicator. That's what's up. How many entries allowed for your strat? Oh, for that one strat that we were talking about, once price touches one entry, I'm sorry, let me answer the question first. One entry. There's times I've taken two, because honestly, with this strategy, the strategy is not invalidated until price touches one of these pink levels, which are the dailies, one of these pink levels. If price touches that before you enter a trade, or just price touches it just in general, if you're not in a trade, or even if you are in a trade and price touches it, if you haven't already gotten a trade, then a trade would be invalidated for you to take. But you can take, I've taken a couple entries here and there before, but because I had a business expense of $737 in each of my 13 accounts, then guess what? I'm not taking another trade. I'm one and done. Because if the second trade goes against me, now I have a business expense now of over close to $1,500, right? Like $1,474. You know what I mean? Like, that's not good risk management. And you have to know when to be one and done. I got to take my L. Today wouldn't have been an L if I'd have paid attention. I'd have been up $700 or 6 and change in 13 accounts. You know what I'm saying? So also too, price, you can kind of see what's going on with price, right? It's ranging, right? A lot of ranging going on, right? So that's why, going back to what I was stating earlier about us taking base hits in this market, because the market is it's real shaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a better advantageous approach for the terrain that we're dealing with in the market right now. So let's see here. That was for you, Vanessa, Jazz Rich. So do FEGs act as support and resistance zones, or am I understanding your explanation incorrectly? No, they're not support and resistance zones. They're just areas where orders are sitting. That's what FEGs are. They're areas where orders are sitting, and price likes to go back into that. Speaking NQ, it's a characteristic of NQ, likes to go back into that and grab those orders and continue on. Because if there's orders sitting there, that's what? That's liquidity, right? That's money. There's money there, right? So price loves to go back into those FEGs and initiate those orders that are sitting there. Remember, it's thousands and actually probably millions of traders. I'm not even saying thousands. I'm sure it's like millions of traders, right? All trading. Remember, there are people trading all over the world, right? The people in Asia trading right now, in Australia, in all the continents, they're trading right now. They trade their session, they trade our session, we trade our session, we trade their session, meaning our session, meaning New York, their session, meaning Australia, Asia, London, right? So when you think about that, there's orders sitting there. There's orders that have not been initiated. So price loves to go into those fair value gaps, pick those orders up, and then continue on. If you've been watching NQ for as long as I have, you will notice there's a huge characteristic of NQ. It loves to do that. It loves to do that. And this particular style of trading that I do with the FVGs, the fair value gaps, with the swing high lows, it complements the strategy. Like they go together. So that's why I have these indicators. Now, if I was trading hybrid super scalping strategy, of course, none of these indicators would be dead to me, even trading NQ. These indicators, if I was trading hybrid super scalping, they would be dead to me. Literally, they would not do anything for me, because the way that strategy is designed, you just need the 100 EMA, right? And you need high Kanashi candles. I'm on regular candles. So just to kind of give you an idea of why you would have particular indicators, why you would have particular kinds of candles, and those things. All right. That was for you, Jazz Rich. But we can only go 5 accounts in Lucid, right? Right. 5 is the max on Lucid. Absolutely. 5 is the max on Lucid. Then I say yes. Ka said makes sense. Mr. Cologne said, price does not want to touch any pink lines today. Yeah. Yeah, man. That and you know what, Ms. Cologne, that's going back to what I was saying. Like the market, bro. The market it's a lot going on right now economically, right? A lot of crap going on right now economically, right? And it's affecting the market. And look, price is just ranging. Now, does that mean price may not hit one of the daily levels today? It may, but the opportune time trading window for me is market open till about 7:30, 7:45 my time. So just think. So I'm gonna put that on Eastern time. So market open 9:30 a.m. Eastern till about 10:30-ish. A little bit before 11, like right around there, like that hour and 15 minutes. If I don't get in a trade by then, my strategies don't set up by then, I'm pretty much done for the day. I don't take trades like right now. Like I'm not getting in anything right now, not at this time. And when my cutoff is 12 p.m. Eastern, it's noon time at Wall Street. It's their lunchtime. That's my cutoff. Meaning like I for sure don't take nothing after that, but I'm saying I'm truly done. But honestly, right around this time, I'm done. I took my trade, whatever. It didn't, went against me. I had some business expenses to pay today, no big deal. But let's say I did not get into a trade today, right? And nothing set up. I would not be taking no entries. If it's 7 my time, if it's 7:30-ish, Pacific Standard Time, 7:30, 7:45, which is about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes after market open. If I haven't got an entry, I'm pretty much good. I don't take nothing. I shut it down and just wait for the next day. That's how I do it. So just to kind of throw that out there. Do you track field FEG and candle close, or based on price movement? Do you track field? I'm not understanding your question. Laser focus mind. Come back again. Let me know what you mean. I'm not understanding. But yeah, anyone that made money today, hope you definitely shut it down, and you protected your capital, and you definitely actually protected your profits, and respected your capital, and you logged out of your accounts, but of course left the charts up, right? So when we're one and done, either way, whether we have a profitable trade or a non-profitable trade, one and done, right? Log out of your accounts. Leave the charts up. It's good to leave your charts up. It's good to just, even if I ain't say sit here in front of the charts all day, I'm saying leave your charts up. You're in your house, you're walking around, just take a sneak peek at it. Just see what price action is doing. See what it's doing. If you see some huge spikes, go research that. Understand why that spike happened. You know what I mean? You might have to do what I did. I subscribe to Truth Social. Because once again, it ain't about no political stuff with me. I'm trying to keep up on my bread. So I need to know what this dude is doing. I need to know what he's saying. And I have it I make sure it pops up on in my, you know what I'm saying, my notification. But like I got it like on, and I have it set to where when dudes say something, it stays. I don't have it where it comes and then after a few seconds it goes away. All my other notifications do that. That one, it stays. Because I need to see what this dude is talking about. Period. So what we got? It's a setting on the nephew indicator, controls when to close out the FVG. It's a setting on the nephew indicator, controls when to close. Oh. Yes, I have that set. I misunderstood you. Yes, laser focus mind. I have that set. I have it set to where once price closes it, the FVG goes away. You can also have it set to where the FVG just stays. But I've tried both ways. I like it better when price closes it, meaning like price, the candles close out, they close, you have a candle that closes through it. It doesn't just wick in it, whether it's a buy side or sell side FVG. I have it to where once price closes it, it goes off the charts. Yeah, that's how I like it. So this way I know that it was closed. I can always go back and identify them because I know what they look like. I know how to find them. But yeah, that's how I have mine set, if that's what you're asking. Joe Bro, do you use change a character or break a structure? I use that. The way my strategies, the strategies that I trade, they're not a part of my strategy, right? But I do use them as, just as an extra confluence, like something to look at. I do use them for that, but they're not implemented in the way that I trade. When I say like look left, like I was talking about when I was saying look left at the FVG, right? I know that this is something crucial for me because I know how NQ moves. Change a character, break a structure. Those would be good if you're trading lazies. I'll give you a good example. For everyone that's in the inner circle, Lazy, he trades parallel channels, right? So change a character and break a structure is definitely ideal for his strategy because his strategy is indicative of that, right? He has to have, when a parallel channel is going down and it breaks, break a structure and change a character is big in that. So, yeah. So just, for that, yes. For me, it's more of like just getting an understanding of what price is doing. But it's not implemented in my strategy, Joe Bro. If that gives you like the best explanation of how change of character and break a structure matters to me. Not a part of the strategy, but definitely a part of like me looking at, when I'm looking at everything and I'm like, what's the story here, right? I mean, like, what's price action showing me? Oh, break a structure, change a character. Okay, that I use that to get an idea of, is price changing trend? Like changing the trend? Is the trend changing? Or is it just a break a structure and it's just a pullback? So, laser focused mind, that's what's up, thumbs up. I was in a meeting with my lawyer this entire time. Did you skip placing a trade today? Looks very consolidating. I did take a trade today. It went against me because I wasn't paying attention, and that's not an excuse. It's just the facts of what happened, and not paying attention is not an excuse. That's highly unacceptable. for myself. Like I'm super hard on myself. You know, super duper hard. Actually, I'm hard on everyone. Let's be honest. Shout out to Mr. Cologne. He'll tell you. He asked me some questions one day in DM, and he was like, the answer I gave him, he was like, tough love. I love it. Yeah, that's how I rock. I believe in tough love when it comes to trading, only because, let me say this, it's not about the tough part. It's because I want you guys to succeed. I want you to be successful. We're here to change our lives. We're not just here to just get some money. That's why it's not about the profits. It's always about the process. We're here to change our lives, teach this to our granddaughter, shout out T-Back, or our daughters, sons, spouses, whoever, friends. Like, this is what it is. Mr. Cologne laughing because he know, like, for real. And don't get me wrong, my tough love is all with respect. Like, y'all, I think y'all have had a chance, you know, y'all know me, like, Trent, my heart is definitely pure and is big. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I rock. That's how I was raised. I was raised by grandparents. So I'm never coming from a pessimistic or some type of malicious angle or being disrespectful. It's just, I want you to succeed. And sometimes I'm going to tell you something that where you're going to be like, man, like, yeah, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm going to tell you, like, because I want you to succeed. I don't think she's on the call, but Trinelli, like, she knows too. She hit me up with something, tough love. And she'll be like, okay, got it. Like, they understand. Like, I want everyone on here to succeed. We're going to succeed. You know what I mean? But sometimes we all need a little tough love, even myself. You know what I mean? Like I had to get on my own butt about not paying attention. Like, that's unacceptable. There is no excuse. I don't make excuses. There is no excuse. Absolutely. When someone gives you tough love, you know they care. Absolutely. Yep, I care. That's why I give that kind of energy, because I want you to succeed. That's what we're here for. This ain't just about me having a YouTube channel and y'all on here. Like, no, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Literally, it's bigger than that. This is just like, how would I say, the channel is just really like the meeting point, right? But it's what goes on in the meeting that really, really, truly makes this thing really, truly go, right? And it has to be a meeting from everyone, right? Like, I mean, it has to be collective. Yeah, you can. Absolutely, Badavan. Yes, you can. You can extend it if you want to. That's another setting too. That would be in the settings on that. You can extend it and make it go as far as you want. Yeah, you can do that as well. The only reason why I don't like that, I don't like doing that, Badavan, because then you have all these boxes. Like, I just don't like that. I like it to have the way I said it, just to kind of keep my chart as clean as possible. I already got a bunch of lines and stuff on my chart and reversal zones. But yeah, it's what goes on in the meeting that's important, right? This is just the meeting point, right? Like, just a rendezvous point. We all show up at this point, we get together, we make some stuff happen. And then we leave the rendezvous point, and then we come back and we do it again. So at the end of the day, I always say, there's a term that I've always said with my other businesses that I have. I always say that nothing and no one is bigger than the business. Just like nothing and no one is bigger than the community, even including myself. Because without y'all, without each, I ain't gonna say y'all, but without each individual person, there is no community. I can't just be the only person and call it a community. No, it's not a community until we have a collective of all of us, right? That's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, if you trade that way, Badavan, you're absolutely correct. They can be used as support and resistance. That's very, very true. If you trade that way, that is very true. I don't trade that way, so well, let me say this: my strategies don't allow my strategies, and my trading style does not complement that for me. But you are exactly right. They can be used as support and resistance depending on your trading style and the strategy that you're trading. So yes, that is correct. You're absolutely correct, Badavan. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Anybody got any questions? Any questions, any concerns? We're going to get out of here, and I'm going to go take me a little nap. I got in a little late last night, had a great time. at my little spot. It was cool. It was fun. So yes, for additional confluences, absolutely, bottom, and you're dead on it, my guy. You're exactly right. You're exactly correct. 1,000%. 1,000%. I'm not a big drinker, right? I don't drink beer or nothing like that. Like, I don't, gross. Like, I don't do that. Like, I like if I'm gonna drink, anytime I do, it's always here and there. But whenever I do, what I like is I like a good rosé. So I usually do this rosé called Laurent Perrier. I usually do that one, or I'll do like Ace of Spades, right? But just rosé. That's really pretty much all I like. I'm a sipper. I'm cool. I don't drink a lot. Have a few sips, a few glasses. I'm good. Now, last night at the sushi spot, of course, my birthday, right? So they pull out the sake. I'm like, oh goodness. All right. So took a couple of shots of sake. It was cool. So what we were doing is they were saying happy birthday in all these different languages, right? So so let me say this. It was two bottles of sake, 2 big bottles of sake, but it wasn't just me drinking. It was me, all the sushi chefs, a couple of the waitresses, and some patrons too, because this is a place that's been there a long time. And a lot of people go there like we know each other, because it's really a popping spot. So we got up to, I was on the sake last night, man. It was cool, but it's this real expensive sake that we had. It's called Kubota. It's really, really nice, super smooth. And I'm not a big drinker, but it was my birthday. They was like, come on. They know I don't drink. It's like, come on. So I was like, all right, let's get it in. So we got up to, all I can say is this. we were saying happy birthday as we were taking shots in different languages. We got up to 10 languages, right? So I had like 10 shots last night. But the good thing is my shots were small. I had like a skinny shot glass, and I ate pretty good. But the funny thing is, I was like, dang, to say that I had that, I didn't feel like I wasn't drunk, I wasn't tipsy, nothing like that. It was a trip. I thought the opposite because I don't really drink that much. You know what I mean? So other than that, it was cool though, but it was fun. It was fun. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take me a little nap. I'm not even looking that tired too. I was like, yeah, I do. I look a little tired. Yes, I do. I can see it in my eyes. I look a little tired. But it was cool. It was fun. I was wondering how it went. Yeah, it was cool. It was real cool. It was fun to just, we said happy birthday. And like I said, in 10 different languages, man, it was really, really cool. We started something and we just kept going from there. It was funny. Russian, Hindi, Indonesian, Japanese, of course, Spanish, of course, English, right? What else did we do? We did Thai. We did, what else did we do? We did 3 other languages too. We did 10 languages, but it was super fun. It was cool. Had a great time. Thanks for today's session. Very valuable. I heard someone else say, always look left before you move right. T-Mac, great point. You know what? I got to put that up. I need to take heed to this statement right here. Always look left before you move right. That is probably one of the most, this is one of the most underrated or looked over things that, or looked over, how would I say, things that we should implement in our trading. Always look left before you move right. Shout out to my sister Canary. She's big on that. It's something that I know is very, very important. It's very, very valuable. Remember, always look left before you move right. Just remember that. And use me as an example today. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to pay attention to what's going on, and we always got to make sure we look left. Now, it doesn't mean you can't take your trade if your strategy sets up, but look left, because look left is going to give you some confluence, right? That was a confluence, that fair value gap that I just didn't pay attention to. And once again, no excuses. I have no excuses. I didn't see it because I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. I have to eat that, unfortunately. But that was a confluence for me. A confluence in what regard? To understand that, you know what? Just because I know this, I ain't gonna say I know it like the back of my hand, but I truly understand the characteristics of this ticker, of NQ. And I know how it moves. I can't predict how it moves, but I know how it moves. I know the things that it likes to do. So, had I looked left, we already know, we discussed it. But yes, that is very, very valuable. As he stated, always look left before you move right, straight up. And everyone should be adding that to their notes. Always look left before you move right. It was last night, honestly, that's all. That's why you missed it. That's funny. That's funny. That is too funny. You know what, man? No excuses. I was not supposed to miss that. Like, I ain't supposed to miss none of that. I know better. Like, that's so bad on mine. But it is what it is. We're human. I'm not about to come down on myself. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But definitely a very, very, those bills today were substantial due to, hey, you ain't paying attention. You can. It is what it is. That's your bad, and that ain't no excuse. Not paying attention is not an excuse. That's something that you got to correct. So I got work to do. I have work to do. But other than that, man, if y'all don't have any questions, we're gonna get up out of here. I definitely appreciate everyone that jumped on. If you made some money today, that's what's up. Hopefully you logged out of your accounts, kept your charts up, and do not give that money back. One and done. Even if you were non-profitable today, I'm sure there was still somewhere that you could find something positive in that trade going against you and paying that business expense today. For me, yes. Healthy lesson today. Very, very healthy lesson today. Very healthy lesson today. So, appreciate y'all. I love y'all as always. Y'all know how we rock. Shout out to the Edge Founder co-founders, my brothers, Juvier, Scalp God. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And hey, we live to trade another day. Straight up, we live to trade another day. That's what it's about. We live to trade another day. So with that stated, y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. Looking forward to seeing y'all inside the Genius Vault later. And we're going to leave it right there. We're going to live to see, like I said, we're going to live to trade another day. Go into your day, be as productive as possible today. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened on the charts, just make sure you're journaling it. If things didn't go your way today, don't walk around with your head down. Don't walk around in your feelings. Get out your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no feelings in trading. And if you made any mistakes today, make sure you're journaling those, and make sure you come up with a solution for those mistakes, or some type of trigger, or some type of something that would allow that to not happen again. All right, man. Y'all be good, and I'll catch y'all in the Genius Vault. And if not, I'll catch y'all first thing tomorrow. It's Friday, last day of the week, so we still have one more day to go into the weekend green. All right, man. Y'all be good. Much love. Yee.